Some betrayals don't come crashing down like storms. Some arrive in whispers and laughter, in the casual dismissal of everything you thought you meant to someone. That night at the bar, I thought I was living one of the best evenings of my life. My girlfriend and I had been dating for nearly 2 years, and for once, our busy schedules aligned perfectly. She looked stunning in that black dress, her smile lighting up the dim atmosphere, her hand brushing against mine as we found a table. I kept thinking how lucky I was, how grateful I should be for her, for us. I offered to grab the drinks, leaving her at the table while I fought my way through the crowd toward the bar. It took longer than expected. The place was packed, music blaring, bartenders overwhelmed. But even waiting in line, I was happy. I kept picturing her waiting for me, maybe checking her phone, maybe smiling when I returned with her favorite cocktail. When I finally made my way back, weaving through the crowd with 2 glasses balanced in my hands, I saw her, but she wasn't alone. A man stood at the table, leaning casually against a chair across from her. Even from a distance, I recognized him. His face was everywhere. Billboards, Instagram ads, YouTube thumbnails. A famous influencer, the kind who commands attention without even trying. He was tall, confident, handsome in that way money and status tend to amplify. And then I heard it. He asked her with that easy charm, "So is he your boyfriend?" Her laugh cut through the music. Light, careless, cruel. "He's just a friend," she said. My heart sank, and the drinks nearly slipped from my hands. Just a friend. After everything we had shared, after late nights whispering promises in the dark, after introducing her to my family, after planning trips, after loving her with everything I had, just a friend. I froze a few feet away, unable to move. The influencer grinned, leaning closer. "So you're single, then?" And before she could answer, I stepped forward. My voice was sharp, louder than I intended, but I couldn't stop it. "Single?" I spat. "That's what you're telling him?" She spun around, her face pale, caught between shock and guilt. "It's not what it sounds like," she stammered. But the words were already knives, twisting in my chest. The influencer raised his hands, backing off slightly, clearly uncomfortable with the sudden tension. "Hey, man, I didn't know," he began. But I wasn't listening to him. My eyes were locked on her. "Not what it sounds like," I repeated, my voice trembling with rage and heartbreak. "You just told him I'm not your boyfriend, that I'm just a friend. What else is there to explain?" She opened her mouth, searching for an excuse, but the silence stretched too long, too damning. I thought of the little things, how she'd recently been distant, how her phone was always turned upside down on the table, how her girls' nights seemed to happen more often. I thought of the way she had laughed at his question, not hesitated, not corrected him. Laughed, as though the idea of me being her boyfriend was ridiculous. The influencer muttered something like, "I'll give you 2 minutes," and walked away. But his absence didn't lighten the air. It only made the truth clearer. I set the drinks down hard on the table. The glass nearly cracked. "You humiliated me," I whispered, though my voice shook with fury. "You could have told him the truth. You could have said, 'Yes, I'm your boyfriend.' But you didn't. You wanted him to think you're available." Tears welled in her eyes, but I wasn't sure if they were from guilt or fear of losing her cover. "I didn't mean it like that," she pleaded. "He's famous. I didn't want to seem tied down." "Tied down," I repeated. "That's what this is to you? Being with me is a burden you need to hide, so you can look available for someone else." She tried to reach for my hand, but I pulled away. The music thumped around us. Couples laughed at nearby tables. Strangers danced under neon lights. But for me, the world had collapsed into the space between us, heavy with betrayal. I stood there, staring at her, and realized the truth I hadn't wanted to see until that moment. I wasn't her partner. I wasn't her priority. I was a placeholder, someone she could lean on when convenient, but someone she would abandon in a heartbeat if someone with more status, more fame, more allure showed interest. "I can't do this," I said finally, my voice raw. "I won't be with someone who's ashamed to call me hers." Her tears spilled, but I didn't wait to hear what else she had to say. I turned and walked out of the bar, my chest burning, my hands shaking. The drinks I had carried so carefully were left behind, untouched, meaningless now. Outside, the night was cold, the city lights blurring as my eyes stung. I leaned against the wall, gasping for breath, as the betrayal carved itself deeper into me. It wasn't just what she had said, it was what it revealed. That for her, my love wasn't enough. My loyalty, my devotion, my presence, they all meant less than the chance to flirt with someone more important. I thought of the times I defended her when my friends raised doubts. The times I reassured myself that her distance was just stress, that her laughter at other men's jokes was harmless. I thought of how I had planned to move in together, how I had imagined proposing someday. All of it, every dream, burned away in that single laugh, in those 3 words, just a friend. By the time I walked home, the anger had dulled into sorrow, the fury into emptiness. I knew there was no fixing what had been broken. Love demands respect, honesty, pride in one another, and she had thrown all of that away for a fleeting moment of attention. That night, my relationship ended not with a fight or confession, but with laughter and a denial of everything we were. And as much as it broke me, it also freed me. Because I deserved to be loved openly, not hidden. I deserved to be claimed proudly, not dismissed. I deserved so much more than being just a friend.